let's do it. Very nice. It's very beautifully done. Very well constructed. I can read if you want. We can do one each.
Can do.
Yeah.
Do you want to read this one, or do you want me to?
You can start if you want.
Okay. Germany invaded Western Europe in the spring of 1940, establishing formidable defense positions stretching from the Spanish border to Scandinavia.
The shores of the fortress Europe were studded with mines, barbed wire, bunkers, artillery, machine gun nests, anti-tank walls, and thousands of troops.
Establishing a beachhead in Normandy was key to winning the war, and on June 6, 1944, known to history as D-Day, the Allies began their attack.
As 450 Canadian paratroopers dropped inland, more than 14,000 infantry and armoured division troops came ashore at Juno Beach that day.
Canadians fought past strong German defences to capture an 8-kilometre stretch of coastline, penetrating further inland than any other Allied forces.
As days went on, Navy and Air Force support kept sea lanes clear and swept German warplanes from the skies over Normandy while troops pushed inland.
Normandy was just the beginning of the end. It took 11 more months of battle to defeat the enemy. In all, 45,000 Canadians gave their lives in World War II.
Canadian soldiers were introduced to dirt, disease and death in the trenches of the Western Front in February of 1915.
It would take another 3 years of battle and attrition to break through, culminating in a series of offensives known as the 100 Days.
By the time the armistice was signed on November 11, 1918, over 650,000 Canadians had served and over 66,000 had given their lives during World War I.
It may look peaceful now, but in the early morning hours of June 7, 1917, this was the site of one of the largest non-nuclear explosions of all time.
Beginning at 3:10 am, Allied forces detonated 19 enormous mines buried deep below German positions along a ridge outside Messines, France.
The resulting blasts sent earth, steel, and concrete high into the air, lighting the dark sky on fire and killing an estimated 10,000 German soldiers.
Very gorgeously done. World War I left whole towns in complete ruin. Canadians fighting in the Second Battle of Ypres in Belgium were greeted with terrible scenes of destruction.
Ypres is also where the Germans used poison gas for the first time, and the first chance for inexperienced Canadian troops to distinguish themselves.
Fighting to maintain the front around Ypres was fierce. Tired, sick and gasping for air through soaked and muddy handkerchiefs, the Canadian soldiers held on.
Canadians became a force to be reckoned with, but the cost was high. In just 48 hours, there were 635,000 Canadians. 6,035 Canadian casualties. Sorry, more than 2,000 died. There's still a lot of soldiers, a lot of lives lost.
A lot more. A hell of a lot. Oh, hang on. Oh, hello.
One thing's for sure, we all owe them our respect.
100%.
For what they've done for us. Every country, everywhere.
The Vimy Ridge Memorial marks the site where all 4 divisions of the Canadian Corps attacked and were victorious together for the first time.
By mid-afternoon, through driving wind, snow and sleet, Canadian divisions were in command of the whole crest of the ridge.
The balance of territory was taken within 3 days, but fighting was hard and costly. 10,602 brave Canadians were casualties of the battle at Vimy.
This memorial stands for all who sacrificed. It is here we pay silent tribute on the 11th hour and the 11th day of the 11th month.
Okay, so we'll go to the bits right and left first. Probably, yeah, we'll go left. Yeah, left. I need to get my left wrong now. After World War II, the Korean Peninsula became a lightning rod for communist and democratic interests. Tension grew and North invaded South on June 25th, 1950.
When diplomacy proved unsuccessful, the United Nations Security Council voted to employ force in defense of peace and freedom.
Control of the 38th parallel changed hands several times before ceasefire negotiations turned the conflict into a war of patrols and hotspots.
One such hotspot was Hill 355, a strategic point above front lines and supply routes. Every Canadian battalion in Korea spent time here at some point.
Canadians fought several major battles over Hill 355, taking heavy losses but holding their ground. In total, 516 brave Canadians were lost in Korea.
There's a bit here.
Comment.
You could come back.
The Taliban were removed from power, but Canadian forces were still frequent targets of insurgent attacks any time they ventured outside the wire.
Canada's role in the international fight against terror and Afghanistan's oppressive Taliban regime began following the events of September 11th, 2001.
Canadian mission officially ended in March 2014. In all, 158 Canadian Armed Forces members died to help restore peace and freedom to Afghanistan.
Want to go back or take the leap? Okay, take the leap.
Okay. So,
Go back this way.
and then
Actually, the craftsmanship of this map is outstanding.
it's really good.
Yeah.
Really, really good.
I can't imagine how many days or weeks it took to make this.
Definitely a good bit of time.
Hmm.
And then
We're almost
what
there.
we're gonna do, we'll get there. I'm gonna walk my guy up, kneel him down.
Oh yeah.
You come join me
I was gonna
afterwards, and then I'll do my 2 minutes, and then I've got a little bit of a plan for the end. Okay. Right. I'll reach the end. I'll get down. You come join. And then, because obviously I can walk, you'll struggle to walk.
Okay.
Because I can double click and have it walk. Okay.
Let me know when you want me to come.
Yeah, I will. Yeah, you can make your way down. When you're here, we'll kneel, salute, do the 2, and then I'll finish off with a little something.
Oh, I can't salute, but you can.
Start 2, 1. I'm going to read this little small sentence before I add it in at the end. You'll know which one it is, sir. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn them. At the going down of the sun and in the morning, we will remember them. Fucking beautiful piece of work.